Ghana received the first tranche of the $3 billion extended credit facility from the International Monetary Fund (IMF), with 6 other tranches expected within the next 3 years. This move forms part of measures to support Ghana's post-COVID-19 program for economic growth (PCPEG). The implementation of the PCPEG aims to restore macroeconomic stability and debt sustainability and to support inclusive growth while protecting the vulnerable. Addressing the media, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta announced some financial and structural reforms it seeks to undertake to help achieve its goal. Expenditure controls, energy and cocoa sector reforms are among government's priority areas.
Let me state clearly that securing the IMF program is not an end to our current challenges, though it has significantly paved the way for the implementation of an ambitious and well-thought-out program of reform for our economy and country. In fact, the real work of adjustment, realignment, and the return to a path of steady economic growth has just begun. Let us brace ourselves for the needed reforms, especially in expenditure control, non-arrears accumulation, revenue growth, ECG collections, and energy sector reforms in order to rebuild the walls of the Republic with urgency. That said, our reform program, the post-COVID-19 program for economic growth, now supported by a 3-year extended credit facility arrangement of the IMF, is built on clear targets and strong policy and structural measures.
Mr. Ofori-Atta indicated that these reforms are consistent with government's own public financial management strategy to transition from central government to general government operations.
It is important to stress that this structural reform agenda is consistent with government's own public financial management strategy to transition from central government to general government operations. This shift is critical as it facilitates clear oversight over key state institutions, that's MMDAs, SOEs, especially Cocoa Board and ECG, and others in the energy sector, and other quasi-state institutions whose operations have significant and direct fiscal impact on our economy. Critically, we must all remain committed to the agreed wide-ranging and strong structural reforms designed to address structural weaknesses and build resilience in key areas including tax policy and tax administration, expenditure control and arrears clearance, financial stability, financial sector plans, review of statutory funds, governance and corruption, debt management, fiscal credibility, and energy sector and cocoa sector SOE reforms.
He, however, indicated that the reforms will not affect the vulnerable, but rather safeguard some social interventions already being implemented by the government.